Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I am Crypto Kip, and today we're going to be talking about the top 3 indicators that you guys should be keeping track of to know whether or not you should be buying Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as a whole. Stay tuned to the end of the video because I'm going to go through quite a bit of detail here, reference a couple articles, a couple key figures that have been making some bold claims about cryptocurrency lately, and I'm going to show you your number 1 indicator on whether or not you should buy Bitcoin. If you like the content, smash up the like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you feel interested, go ahead and leave a chat comment in the box down below. We love to hear feedback from you guys. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So, looking at the crypto markets, we're a little bit down for the day. But what are the top 3 indicators to buy Bitcoin? Well, here's just, this isn't one of my indicators, but first of all, look at this red, guys. Look at all the red today. There's been a lot going on. Now, the regular market took a downfall today as well. The NASDAQ was down 400 points. There's been a lot of things bleeding, and Bitcoin was just above 30K, above 32K even to start the month. Now, I've been talking about the monthly candle that was coming as June is opening up, and you're going to have some volatility going into the beginning of this new month. Now, it looked good in the beginning. I said there might be a chance for it to come back down. So far it has, but you might have another reversal upwards. So keep your chin up and look out for your 3 buying signs. Well, what is your first buying sign? Number 1, guys, absolute top thing you guys got to look at is the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index. And you guys can check this out for yourselves. Just Google Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index. But right now, this shows you guys, is everybody in the crypto market greedy or fearful? Now, we're at 13, which is low. This meter goes up to 100. 13 is very, very low. So right now, everybody is very fearful, all the way down to 13. Last month, we were at 27. Last week, we were at 12, so it was even more fearful. And right now, we're at extreme fear, 13. We jumped all the way up to 17 yesterday, but we're back down to 13 today. So it's a good time to buy. If you bought yesterday, you probably bought a little bit too high. Even if you bought earlier today, you probably bought a little bit too high, but that's okay because we're buying for the long term. So your number 1 indicator of whether you're getting a good price and if you should buy Bitcoin right now is if this thing is red and this number is low, you're probably getting a good price in the mid-term, most likely. Now, there are these 4-year cycles, but the lower the price is and the more blood is in the streets, the better price you're going to get. That is indicator number 1 for you guys. Indicator number 2, you got to look out for what the people that control the world are saying right now and what they're fearful for. Because honestly, most of the time what they're fearing is a thing that's probably good for us. Like, for example, Elizabeth Warren is worried about, excuse me, Fidelity's plan to offer Bitcoin in their 401ks. Why is she fearful of this? Well, I'm not really sure exactly why she's so fearful of it. Don't we get our own choice with our funds? She thinks that maybe it's a scam. But honestly, she needs to do more of her research. Now, they're not offering Terra Luna in a 401k. They're offering Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is even referred to by JP Morgan as an alternative to gold and potentially better than real estate. Speaking of JP Morgan, actually, Jamie Dimon, who's under some scrutiny with his company internally. There's some conflict there. JP Morgan is actually kind of going counter opinion to what Jamie Dimon says, and they actually had some recent disapproval of one of his bonuses that he gave himself of $52.6 million. They came at him, and for rightfully so. This doesn't show that he's got everybody's best interest in mind. He's kind of looking out for himself. And some of the statements that he makes about Bitcoin and crypto are very, very bearish. He calls it worthless. And there's a couple other people that, it's not in their personal best interest to talk positively about crypto. You've also got Bill Gates saying that crypto has no valuable output and that it's not adding to society like other investments. And then notice, you got the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which, they have done some good things, but still Bill Gates, in many ways, has been making some, I feel like, counter contributions to our best interest as people that aren't in the 1%, right? Along with Warren Buffett, who says he wouldn't take all the Bitcoin in the world for $25. You stack that in with Elizabeth Warren, you got a couple folks here and a couple people that are under scrutiny of their own that are currently bashing crypto. This leads me to number two indicator for you. When all of a sudden the news starts pouring out and spilling out about the attack on Bitcoin and calling it worthless, that is your indicator. Big, powerful people starting to bash Bitcoin and crypto in a big way. It's going to give you a discount because people will fear out. And then the fear greed index will go down to 13 and 10 and maybe lower. And you will get a lower price to buy into a long-term asset that one day could flip the gold market, which would make Bitcoin well over 100K and more towards $1 million. I think it'd bring it up to $500,000, if not more. So that's another one. Number one, Bitcoin fear and greed index. You got to look at it. Number two, look at what some of the big wigs are saying and what their sentiment is on markets, really. A lot of people say Jim Cramer, who's the host of Mad Money on CNBC, when he says one thing, usually do the other. Well, you could apply the same thing to these folks, in my opinion. This is an opinion. This isn't financial advice. But, if you look back in history, guys, there's some accuracy to this. So some of these people that have more money than, we could ever imagine, right? Bill Gates. And if you can get it, go get it, guys. We need more Bill Gates with some good intentions out there. But, they're going to bash the thing that's a threat to them. And, we do believe that Bitcoin and crypto are a threat to them. So another one for you. Number three, go to Google and Google Bitcoin. And I want you guys to just look at the articles that are coming out on Bitcoin. Simple. Google Bitcoin. And then look at what the sentiment is. You got to look at the fear and greed index. You got to look at the big guys and what they're saying to bash your assets, your crypto, because usually the opposite is true. And then you got to look at the overall narrative, not just specifically from the big boys, but you got to look at how some of these publications are starting to talk about it. And you got to look at some of the big stories that break. Because if a really big story breaks and all of a sudden it causes a crash, well, guess what? The fear and greed index is down and you just got another great price on your crypto. One more article I wanted to share with you guys. This is a big story for the day. I want to save this till the end. Former OpenSea employee charged in the first ever NFT inside trader case. So what he actually did, and you can see that right here, he was actually using confidential information about what NFTs were going to be featured on OpenSea's homepage for his personal financial gain, which is insane. Now, you've seen this before, and some people get indicted for it, some people don't. But, you could say even that some people in the government, you could say some congressmen do some insider trading. They usually don't get charged. But in this case, this 31-year-old did get faced with one kind of wire fraud and one kind of money laundering in connection with this scheme on insider trading for these NFTs. What does this mean for NFTs? Well, this means that basically OpenSea has a hole in it. And this guy who was basically discarded by OpenSea could go into court and absolutely bash OpenSea and reveal something that maybe we don't know, and it could be bad for OpenSea. This leaves a window of opportunity for the other NFT platforms in the market. So when I see a story like this, and this is why I tell you guys to Google Bitcoin and really Google, NFTs, Google some of the popular platforms. Just look at some articles. You can see that this news is going to open the door for an opportunity for other NFT projects on Solana, on the Cronos chain, on whatever it might be to come forward and make a name for themselves even bigger than they already have done. If you look at some of the top DeFi protocols and some of the NFT platforms involved, there's a lot of things out there. It doesn't just have to be OpenSea. It could be Rarible. It could be anything else. It could be a decentralized NFT platform. It could be the Crypto.com NFT platform. It could be anything, but here's another opportunity. So the market's probably dipping alongside this news. This could have been a thing that helped take the markets a little further in the crypto market, at least. Granted, the regular markets are down too. But this creates a buying opportunity. And now I start thinking, okay, what other NFT platforms are there that I can start, are out there that I could start looking at and considering to start trading NFTs on. Maybe look at some of the bigger NFT plays on those NFT platforms, right? Each platform's kind of got its own large NFT line. So keep that in mind, guys. Top 3 things for the day. Top 3 indicators for you to buy Bitcoin. The Fear and Greed Index. When it's low, go, go, go. When you see articles from some of the powers that be bashing your asset, people that have disapproval, go, go, go. It's a time to buy. Usually do the opposite of what the guys that are telling you what to do. And when I say the guys that are telling, I mean, again, the 1%. The other one is go to Google. Go to Google, look at the stories, and find things like OpenSea. And then start thinking, okay, what are some competitors to OpenSea? And also realize you've got a buying opportunity because the markets are fearful when stories like that come out. Those are your top 3 indicators for you to buy crypto, for when to buy crypto, whether it's Bitcoin, Solana, crypto.com, heck, even the new fork of Terra, which I don't necessarily advise on that. We'll have to see what comes, guys, but stay tuned for more videos. I'm Crypto Kip, and this is the Crypto Report. Don't forget to smash up the like button and subscribe to the channel if you guys like the content. Go ahead, leave a chat in the comments down below. Let us know what content you guys want to see. That's all I got for you. As always, guys, don't forget to DCA, hodl, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks, everybody.